Listen, this is not my job. I don't know how many times I'm gonna go out here and verbalize this, fellas. This out here, right? This stuff out here, this thing called life, right? We understand that it's very complex, but we also got to understand that it's if we just keep things very simple, right? We simplify a lot of things, life starts to become a little bit more brighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm also a victim of this. A lot of us like to spend and allocate our time towards stupidity and distractions. That's why a lot of us experience a little bit of delay. We're spending an awful amount of time with distractions. Now, I understand distractions are inevitable. That's what consists of life. But if we minimize it, right? We learn how to negate certain situations, right? Not only that, we free up more time, but we preserve our energy towards things that are not gonna no longer benefit us. We take that time, we take that energy, and we allocate it towards something that produces progression that's gonna benefit us in the long term, the long grand scheme of things. You feel what I'm saying? Guys, that's y'all gotta start focusing inward. You guys are too focused outward. Y'all really, I'm gonna say that again. Y'all are too focused outward and need to be more focused inward. What do I mean by this? The things that you know that you gotta work on. Some of us don't even self-reflect, which that's a major issue. You reach maturity when you start self-reflecting on just your weaknesses and also your strengths. You feel what I'm saying? It takes a great deal of maturity. Within that reflection, you understand, hey, these are my distractions and this is what's kind of holding me back to obtaining this absolute ideal version of myself. When we're focused on dumb stuff, right? We get upset of why we're not in a certain pathway, or we're not on a stage in life. We're too focused on stuff that don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Some of us need to have short-term memory on things like that. You know, a lot of us spend time, sometimes we ponder about the past. The past is done. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are currently in the present time focused on things that, again, that are not benefiting us by any means. So therefore, what are they? They are distractions. Listen, that homeboy that continues to lie, right? That's a distraction. You need to sever ties and get rid of them. That one shorty that's not really necessarily really benefiting you, not really encouraging you to be a better version of yourself, that's a distraction. You got to get rid of her. I don't know what else to tell these. I don't know what else to tell these guys, bro. I don't know what else to tell these guys. Bruh, you guys got to really sit down and evaluate. Hey, what's holding me back to becoming a better version of myself? You know what I'm saying? You guys got to really sit there and just kind of break things down and understand, like, hey, this is not benefiting me. It comes off very selfish. It really does. And I understand that, right? But if no one's going to care about you outside of here other than your own parents, right? You got to care for you. That's not being selfish. That's just being smart. Like, that's not being selfish at all. That is legitimately just being smart. You got to care about you. You know what I'm saying? So when you limit the distractions and realize how much more free time you got, right? You take that and put it into you, bro. It's not rigorous. It's a very simple concept. Listen, this is not an equation that's going to require an abundance amount of time to solve. It's very simple. You limit the bullshit out there, right? And you just become better. That's what that means. You limit the nonsense outside, focus inward so you can become better. A lot of people don't understand, the more time that you put in within yourself, the further you become, you begin to elevate. That's the equation. The more time, right, that you take to devote within yourself, the more you begin to elevate. That's how that works. So when you guys are focusing on like the dumb stuff that's going on social media, and so-and-so is doing this, and who's this celebrity dating, and what's going on with your favorite team franchise, when you guys are so fixated and devoted to that bullshit, then you're wondering why when a decade goes by, dang, why am I in the same spot that I'm in? You didn't douche. You didn't douche. That's why. Fellas, it's not that rigorous, for real, bro. Take that time, put it into you. Listen, I keep telling these guys this, bro. You never lose when you want to self-improve. You never lose. You never lose. When you try to better yourself, you don't lose, bro. You don't lose. When you work on your hygiene, it gives you a better appearance. When you go to the gym and you do mile runs, you're improving your fitness. Little stuff like that helps you become a better person. When you go to bed early to accumulate the right amount of hours of sleep, you're more refreshed for the next day. That's going to help you throughout your daily tasks, your daily functions. This is what I'm talking about. This is better. But when you guys are on that weak ass little dumb and wonder why, like, dang, now you're on the sidelines. You're hanging out. You're just hanging out. Not really doing nothing. Same you. Not even notice any bit of improvement at all. That's y'all problem, bro. Y'all are too consumed with the bullshit. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect. I'm not perfect by any means. I be sitting there sometimes too, thinking about all this dumbass stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about me, I continue to self-evaluate, and I'm like, hey, like, what sort of adjustments I can make right now in order for Mark to get better? Like, that's what goes in my mind. I don't give a what celebrity's dating who. I don't care. I don't care about stupid social conspiracies that people are spending. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what sort of propaganda that they're dispersing amongst the masses. I don't care. Like, I don't care. You know what I do care about? How can Mark get better? I'm very selfish about it. Very selfish about it. All that stuff is not going to help me. What's going on with Donovan Mitchell and Jordan Sparks at the game and courtside and their love affair, like, how's that going to help Mark Noel get better? It doesn't. That's what you guys need to start thinking about. Now, casually seeing things, that's whatever. That's life. But when you guys are overly consumed by it, I find that very odd. Should be no reason why I'm going to work and, oh, did you know that so-and-so? I don't care. Like, I don't know if I have to, I don't know what I have to do, but like, I want y'all fellas to start adopting that sort of ideology right there. Focus on self. Very simple. Minimize distractions. It's very, very simple. It's not a rigorous task. As you guys get older, you guys are going to start peeping and understanding, like, hey, the things that matter is what I really should be focusing on. My mental, my fitness, my health, emotionally regulating myself, understanding, like, hey, I'm feeling this way because of this, and assessing it, becoming a man, evolving. That's what life is about. Evolution, literally. You know what I'm saying? Yes, boy.